Yo, what's up? It's your boy Bon Appy back with another Be Advised late night edition. I forgot to record earlier because I was bullshitting playing the soccer game. So here we are, back in the relationship streets. Let's get into it. My girlfriend, 24-year-old female, reminded me, 28-year-old male, to pay her back $10 after I forgot my wallet. I've paid for almost everything over 4 years, and it left me feeling weird. That is kind of weird. I, male 28, have been dating my girlfriend, female 24, for 4 years. So you were 24 and she was 20. Okay. We're serious, planning to get married. Throughout the relationship, I've paid for nearly everything: dates, trips, foods, gifts, you name it. I'd easily say 99% of the expenses were covered by me. She never really offered to split or pay, and I never asked her to. I was working full time and doing well financially, so I didn't mind. Okay. Recently, though, I quit my job because I was mentally exhausted. I've been through a bit of a burnout and I needed a break. Okay, that's understandable. She, on the other hand, is currently working full time and doing fine financially. The other day we went out and she wanted a bubble tea. I forgot my wallet and my phone. I forgot my wallet and my phone was dead, so I asked her to pay for it. It was like $10. She paid, drank it. I dropped her off at her apartment. Okay. The next morning, she reminded me to send her the money. Yeah, I don't know. I had completely forgotten, so I sent it right away, but it left me feeling weird. I've spent thousands on her over the years. I've never asked her for a dime back, and now that I'm out of a job and she's doing well, she couldn't let a $10 bubble tea slide. Mm, It's not about the money, it's about what it says. I can't tell if I'm overthinking or if this is a red flag. I've always treated the relationship as a partnership, and this felt transactional. Am I being too sensitive, or is this worth paying attention to? Okay. Um, so this one, it sounds like you were kind of well, it doesn't sound like you did say that you were the breadwinner for the majority of the time you guys were together. And this is what I would say for this. Just talk to her about it. Um, it's one of those things as men, especially, the whole financial thing and trying to take care of your girl is kind of like a badge of honor for us if we're able to do that. So I understand where you're coming from a guy's perspective. You you don't want to tell her that it really kind of hurt your feelings, but at the same time, you're kind of like, damn, if you wouldn't think to get just a $10 bill, like everything has to come out of my pocket, even if it's your idea. Um, financial circumstances have changed. Like I said, you're out of work right now. I don't think the $10 is really the issue. I think it was more the fact that it seems like she expects you to pay for everything, and if you don't, it's like you owe her something, but you've never asked for her to pay for anything. Yeah, it's kind of like a relationship role thing. I think she's used to you paying for everything. And even though circumstances have changed financially, she still in her head thinks of you as the person who should pay for everything. I would talk to her about it because I do agree. If you've been covering everything for 4 years and you know you forget your wallet and your girl has to buy a $10 tea and she's working full time, don't ask me for that money. But this is what I will say: when you set that standard that you're going to pay for everything, you can't be mad at her for expecting and acting accordingly. So I would. It sounds like you're not okay with her just assuming you're going to pay for everything. This, I was working full time and doing well, so I didn't mind. Don't mind doesn't mean that you like, right? A lot of things will let go in life, especially if we're in a good position financially. Um, but you have to think about everything. You're talking about this is a serious relationship. You guys are planning, kids and marriage and all that. You need to start to think about how you want this relationship to go in the future. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs in life. Um, you want to start to build a continuity with your partner about how you want things to go. I mean, for you, I would say, look, if you're talking to her, I would say, hey, about the the $10 the other day. Um, I just felt kind of weird that you know I've been paying for everything for for the vast majority of our relationship, and the one time I can't pay a $10 bubble tea, you were adamant about me paying you, and you didn't think that you could just maybe take that charge and it's okay. I do understand I've been paying for everything, but there might be times where I can't, and I would appreciate it if, especially in something so minor as this, if maybe every once in a while you could pay for something and not expect me to do it, and just kind of go into it like that. It doesn't need to be anything super abrasive or super crazy, but I think you just need to introduce um, the fact that she can also financially contribute to the relationship, especially if she is working full time and doing fine financially. Just introduce that, she can also contribute and put her hand, put something in the pie as well. Just to kind of, wake her up. Because a lot of times girls don't even think about that stuff, but I would just introduce that to her and see how it goes. No need to break up though. Definitely talk to her. And we'll try to do one more real quick. I'm supposed to be getting married in 6 months to my fiance. I just got offered a major promotion, but he said no to moving. I don't know what to do. Um. Oh, okay. Oh God, so long. Okay, let me just read it. We'll do this one real quick. I'm 26-year-old female, supposed to be getting married in 6 months to my fiance, 28-year-old male. I just got offered a major promotion, but he said no to moving. I don't know what to do. My fiance and I have been together for nearly 7 years. Okay, so y'all been in there for a minute. We built a life together. We own a house, have pets. Oh, y'all are in there and are supposed to be getting married in 6 months. Okay, house and pets means you in there for real. From the outside, everything looks stable, but inside, I'm falling apart trying to carry all of it. Oh boy. Okay. I was offered a major promotion at work. It's a big step forward and something I've been working toward for over 2 years. That's awesome. It would mean moving to a new city, but also comes with a pay increase that would double my salary. I mean, hell, okay. Also, a chance to finally move into a more senior role. It's the kind of opportunity that doesn't come around often. I'm very young to get the offer. Okay. When I brought it up to my partner, he basically shut it down. He said he isn't ready. Okay, I already know what I'm about to say to this. He isn't ready to move for at least 6 months and would prefer to never move. Okay. Unfortunately, the job needs an answer soon. My current role is being eliminated in 2 months. I won't have a job if I continue to wait. The promotion has made me confront some other issues in our relationship. I've been carrying the emotional and household labor in our relationship for a long time. I've built, okay. Uh, I plan the wedding. I do the majority of the housework, household labor day to day. I manage the pets and I built our social life. I also support us financially and emotionally. He absolutely contributes financially. He owns the house and helps with the logistics, but the day to day chores work is on me. I would like to know how much is because this does matter. How much is he making and how much is he contributing and all that stuff. It does him owning the house does make this a little more complicated. Emotionally, I don't feel very supported. I'm very upset. When I'm upset or struggling, he tends to withdraw or ignore it. If I try to share what I'm going through, he'll change the subject or make a joke. Okay, So he's just not very emotionally available or comfortable with that. I've tried to explain what I need: presence, care, curiosity, a little warmth. It rarely happens. When I bring it up, he gets defensive or frustrated. Now, with this job offer on the table, I feel completely stuck. If I stay, I feel like I'm giving up an amazing opportunity, but if I go, it might mean ending a relationship I've poured years of love into. Yeah. Any recommendations from people that have been in this position? Okay. Edit. The job is in another state. I'm looking at up to 200K income, and it's closer to my family. My fiance can also keep his job with the move. He owns the house. I pay 50-50 on all the other bills and expenses. Okay, so it sounds like he's paying the. Okay, okay, okay. Shit, this one's kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. Um, so I would like to know how much he's making in all this, because I've been in a situation where wifey was the breadwinner and she wanted to move to start a different line of work, and she made you know substantially more money than I did. So, in my opinion, you go where the money goes. So, if your partner is making substantially more than you, or you're making substantially more than them, and they need to move for work, then y'all are moving. That's just how it works in my head. Um, but in this situation, it sounds like you guys are both making good money. Um, it sounds like I don't know. It sounds like you're not really emotionally satisfied with your fiance, and I don't know if this would be an issue if he was amazing emotionally. This seems like it seems like you're already kind of done with the relationship, at least the way that you're phrasing how it's going. Like from the outside, it looks everything stable, but on the inside, I'm falling apart trying to carry it all. So it seems like you got a money husband, and you are now able to make enough money to where you don't need that. Um, but he's not. Oh, here's the thing: if you don't do this job, right? It sounds like you like your career. You're going to be out of a job if you don't move, basically. So not only will you lose your ticket to independence, right? If something were to happen, but um, you also have to double down and just lock in on a relationship that you already seem to be not satisfied with. I don't know if you've been to any sort of therapy, but you might want to try it. In this situation, you know, it's kind of time is of the essence, so you might not have enough time to start up some therapy. Um, to see what's up with him not being able to basically have serious conversations or any sort of things that you bring up. I would just say go for it. I think you tell him that you want to do this and put your foot down and see what happens. Um, you know, I just wonder, why you would get engaged to somebody that you feel like isn't emotionally supportive, isn't there when you're struggling, tends to withdraw. It doesn't make sense to me. It sounds like you're financially stable enough to be on your own. Um, you know, you said it makes double your income, so you're looking at upwards of 200K. So you're probably making around 100K now. I would go for it. Big opportunities. Big opportunities don't really come a lot. And his reasoning for not wanting to move is kind of not really good. Saying that um, he doesn't want to move for another 6 months, but he doesn't really. I don't know. I would just say go for it. It sounds like you're already kind of one foot in, one foot out. This sounds like a decision that you would regret more if you didn't do it than if you did. Um, and then this would also kind of put him on the spot to see, what does he value, his comfort or his relationship? It sounds like that's a question that you have as well, as if does he value you as much as you value him? Put him on the spot. See if will choose you over comfort. Like I said, the money you're making, you'll have enough to support yourself. Obviously, you don't want to throw away a 7-year relationship with pets. That's tough. But I would say go for it. I would say go for it. It seems like you're already. I feel like you would regret this if you didn't go for this. But that's all I got for this one. Let me know what y'all think. Ended up being longer than I wanted to be. Be advised, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.